So we're gonna watch Home Alone.
Classic.
Yeah, classic Christmas movie. Yeah, it's a Christmas movie.
Definitely. More so than, Die Hard.
I wouldn't go that far, but that's pretty much the equivalent. I mean, you're looking at a Christmas movie, or it's during Christmas. You have a man trapped in a house, a man trapped in a building, and then he has to fight off foes.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much just...
He has to outwit foes.
It's grown up. What's his name from?
Bruce Willis?
Yeah, Bruce Willis is just grown up.
John McClane?
John McClane. He changed his name from Kevin
McAllister to John McClane.
McAllister. I was trying to think of it earlier. What was his last name? For a second, I was thinking Malone.
Kevin Malone?
Yeah, because I was thinking Kevin Malone from The Office, and I don't know why I thought Malone was the last name of the people in Home Alone. I was gonna be, wait, are The Office and Home Alone connected?
Why would they be connected in any way, shape, or form?
I don't know.
Miss, young lady.
Who let him in the house?
That's a question.
Who let him in the house and just left?
Go pack your suitcase.
Pack my
suitcase.
He really does sound like a privileged child. He's just like, what do you mean pack my suitcase? I don't do that shit. My mom usually does that for me.
I never understood why he was so
helpless.
Yeah, he just didn't want to do it. Like,
I'm not an idiot. Oh, really? You're completely helpless. Everyone has to do everything for you.
She's right, Kev.
Excuse me.
Why is he putting his toothbrush in his pocket? Putting my shit in my pocket would just be like...
Yeah, I still have one of those covers over my toothbrush, even though it's just sitting in the cup on the sink. I always put the cover. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I've always had an issue with it because it's like I'm putting the shit in my mouth. Why would I put it anywhere not clean?
Then you have it sitting in the cup if you have it in a cup in the bathroom, then you flush the toilet and the germs get shot up into the air, and now you got toilet water on your thing.
Yeah, that's very true. I just kind of swish it around in the toilet.
So you clean it off?
Yeah. when you put the toothpaste and you put water on it, I just swish it around in there and then just start brushing.
It's good for the environment. You're saving water.
Also flush it too. Because I don't want to swish it around when it can just do it for me.
Oh yeah. Why do extra?
This house is so full of people. It makes me sick. When I grow up and get married, I'm living alone. Did you hear me? I'm living alone.
I love the idea of you get married with someone you love and then you're just like, you can't live in my house.
We gotta have separate apartments.
Who's he? You ever heard of the South Bend Shovel Slam? No.
How did he get this title? He's just shoveling his shit. He's like, did you hear that guy? He killed somebody. He slaughtered a whole family.
I guess it's just the wild imagination you're supposed to have when you're a kid.
And it's weird because it's. I feel like it's not just the kids. I feel like it's also no, it's just the kids. It might just be the kids. Just everybody in this family is just yeah, he slayed. Maybe that's why Kevin McAllister's dad is so rich. He got him off.
He really was a murderer. And
he really was a serial killer and a mass murderer. He got him off.
I'll help you get off. You're just gonna shovel my driveway every winter.
See the garbage can full of salt? That's where he keeps his victims. The salt turns the bodies into mummies.
So he's like, what's his name? Jeffrey Dahmer. I almost said Jared Leto.
Has his own cult.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Where you going, kid?
He just lets other people in. He doesn't even live there.
Yeah, he doesn't live here.
That's $122.50.
Not for me, kid. I don't live here.
I love how he's just like, that's $122.50 to the guy who's clearly wearing a police officer's.
He clearly doesn't live there.
Did anyone order me plain cheese?
Somebody's gonna have to barf it all up because it's gone.
See.
That's like a perfect Pepsi commercial.
That should be their billboard.
It's just Fuller
Be an asshole.
Is this what you would consider a butterfly effect?
I never understood why he was like, wow, and runs over to...
So
Also, I never realized they threw his away.
They actually threw his away.
What's the matter with you? He started it. He ate my pizza on purpose.
He ate a whole pizza? Within a few minutes too.
Yeah, that's true. They had just said pizza's here, and then he's immediately chowed down on it.
Everyone in this family hates me.
You'd feel pretty sad if you woke up tomorrow morning and you didn't have a family.
Are you sure about that?
No, I wouldn't.
I mean, he makes a good point. Like, come on. Like, the way you've been treating him has been fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, you have kind of.
How did he know? Because
He
he said it at the same time as her.
He just assumed, I guess. I don't know.
If my wife or significant other just yelled out my name, and I just like woke up, I would have not assumed like, oh, we slept in and we're late. I would have just been like, what? Jesus.
Do you know the McAllisters are going to France? Do you know if it's cold there? Do these vans get good gas mileage?
Gee, kid, I don't know. Hit the road.
Such a white thing to say. Hit the road.
Oh, I thought it was, do they get good gas mileage? It's like, is that a white thing to do?
This is a nightmare. Taking this many kids to France.
Yeah, go ahead. Rummage through my shit, kid.
11. Have a good trip. Bring me back something French.
Why would I bring you back anything?
You just sorted through my shit.
I made my family disappear.
How does this kid thrive from not knowing how to pack his own fucking
Yeah.
to thwarting off two intruders?
Well, I mean,
Grown ass intruders.
packing a suitcase is
Granted,
different.
one of them has the intelligence of a child, but
Practically both of them.
Buzz, I'm going through all your private stuff. You better come out and pound me. Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof.
like that part was really unnecessary. Like, you didn't have to have a girlfriend.
You really didn't have to do her like that.
It's not even that. It's just like, why would you have that in there?
True.
Like from like a filming standpoint, it's just like, we need to make sure people know that Buzz has a girlfriend. It's
Yeah,
like,
it really doesn't connect to the rest of the movie at all.
Yeah, because she's never brought up her again after that. It's not like he like throws a frame at, like, I almost said Harvey, Marv or Harry,
Yeah.
and he's just like, oh God.
What else could we be forgetting?
What I don't understand is how she suddenly realizes on the flight that they left him.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because
Because-
she said there was 9 kids.
Yeah, the girl said she counted them and everything. It's like, just because you didn't wake him up doesn't mean somebody else didn't.
This is very true.
What kind of mother am I?
If it makes you feel any better, I forgot my reading classes.
Just really is just asshole uncle.
I take it back. I relate to the uncle now. I tend to do that. Not like really autistically, in a way where it's just like, I don't mean to, where someone will be like, it's like, my dog died. And it's like, I'm so sorry. Like, if it makes you feel any better, I forgot to brush my teeth this morning, so I just feel really bad. Just talking in anyone's direction. They're just looking at me like, how is that supposed to fucking it's like,
That's supposed to make me feel better.
sorry.
Number 664 will be going on right about now.
Imagine just every night, like, yeah, scoping out this neighborhood. Specifically watching just to see how, when the lights come on.
Someone would notice something, right?
Yeah.
Especially if, like, someone was just like, did you know the fucking McAllisters are going to Paris? Because that means the neighbors know each other.
Yeah.
So they would notice this weird-ass fucking van just...
You would think so. Lots of things left out for the script.
This is very true. I mean, this is a kid's movie. It's not...
It really is.
It's not meant for us adults just trying to, like, pick it out.
And that's the one, Marvin. That's the silver tuna. It's got lots of top flight goods. Stereo.
My question is, like, what do they plan on stealing?
Oh, they said, like, VHS players, jewelry.
It's mainly because I've never stolen and sold shit. If I was in this situation, I'd be like, I don't know what to fucking take. Like, what's the value here? I'd probably take, like, like, it's shit for me. It's just like, I need a loofah. Maybe I should take their loofah.
Consider it like a shopping trip.
Yeah, I have a laundry list, like, not a laundry list. I have, like, a grocery list. Just start rummaging through their
Just, like,
shit.
going to the refrigerator.
Or you can do what the other police officer did. Just kind of walk in.
Yeah. Just let yourself in.
Police. Just as you, like, slowly crack open the door.
There's no one home. The house looks secure. I'm to count their kids again.
Because dentist.
Back on that count, pass as an answer for the police back then.
Yeah, because that's really the issue. It's just like, yeah, we miscounted our kids, even though I feel like one of them's missing. I know I have 9 kids, but I don't know what they look like.
All right. Buzz is life saving.
I love for this situation. This happened, didn't panic, and he was just like, I'll deal with it later.
Like, well, I think he still thinks that he just like completely got rid of his family and they're never coming back.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I totally forgot about that. His family vanished, like Thanos out of existence.
How may I help you?
Is this toothbrush approved by the American Dental Association?
I'm sure. Why would it matter? Can it?
He saw his brother or his cousin or whatever put his in his pocket, and he's like, "Oh, that's not how I am. I take care of my toothbrush."
It's like, can you brush your teeth with it? It's like, I don't. Well, only if it's approved by the American Dental Association. Go to a dentist just to have them figure it out.
The only way you know about the American Dental Association is if you read it off a package that toothbrush came in or something.
Yeah.
And then you just find when it says, yeah, it is.
Or you just pay for it. Go to a dentist since you go it all the time in the world. Just be like, is this approved? And then just keep the receipt. And if you don't want it, it's like, it's not approved, then just bring it back.
Wait, son, you have to pay for that toothbrush. Son? Son? Hey!
Shoplifter!
All that for a toothbrush.
That's not even approved by the American Dental Association.
Well, yeah, like
It was only approved by 9 out of 10 dentists.
dentist. Yeah.
I can do it if I want to. Not sick. Hey, watch out!
Say those vans are not quiet. Also, being a Dodge, I don't think it would have stopped that quickly.
Yeah, especially on like
Wet pavement.
Wet pavement in
Possibly
Chicago,
icy.
probably icy. Yeah, people are on vacation, right?
Yeah.
So those driveways would still be slippery, so it would absolutely have hit them.
Imagine the movie goes that way.
Just it hits them. They're just like, oh well.
They finally get home and Kevin's body's just decomposing on the front lawn of someone else's house.
No, it's Chicago. It's cold as hell. It wouldn't decompose. It would just freeze over.
The snow finally melts at the end of winter and his body's just at the bottom of a snow pile.
It's like Pompeii. It's like a Pompeii corpse.
He's still just holding on to his toothbrush.
Like, this wasn't
I'm a-
approved.
I'm a criminal.
Why is he going faster?
I told you something's wrong. See, I knew he looked at me weird. Why would he run?
Probably because you're following him.
And also, wouldn't you immediately just cut through like behind another person's house where the van can't go?
Yeah. And I love how he said it. He's like, see, I knew there was something up with this kid. Why else would he be running
Imagine
away
that.
from us?
Weird dude's following him in a van and decides to run away from him. It's not like every other kid around.
No child would run away from a car following them, a creepy ass van following them.
When those guys come back, I'll be ready.
This
That's
like,
super elaborate.
how he set this up, and he can't even manage to fucking pack his own shit.
It don't make no sense.
Befuddles me.
I don't get it. I mean, right now it looks like there's nobody home. Last night the place is jumping. Something ain't right.
It looks barren, and last night it looked bumping. It's like maybe it was a party.
Yeah.
Do you think people are just gonna stay there?
People were up late for a party. You think they'd be sleeping in? Yeah.
Who do you think owns the house? Like teenagers? Like it's like 20-year-olds just like, yeah, it's a banging party. Like now just we're gonna have a party early in the morning too. Having a family must be nice. It's just an orphan just standing outside the.
Also, why wouldn't you go in there and be like, hey, my name's Kevin McAllister from down the street?
I don't think he's down the street. I think he's
Not
like.
that far. 'Cause remember, he was in a neighborhood and he ran here to get away from them. So
That's a very good point.
I would just go in and be, hey, look, my family disappeared. I wished them away. It would be so sick to buy a church like this and just turn it like a house.
What is wrong with you?
It would be so good. I love the architecture of churches, like Catholic churches specifically. Like, just clear out all the pews, just have you like
You and your
so
stained glass
sick.
windows and shit.
It was so sick. I don't know, I'm weird. Just paint everything black. I'm gonna kill you right here in church in front of God.
What if that's exactly what he said? It's like, you know those families that I slaughtered? You're next.
You're next, bitch.
I've decided. It's not going to be today, but it might be tomorrow. I hope you know this. He just walks back and sits back down.
Been a good boy this year?
I think so.
You swear to it?
No.
You definitely didn't. You wished your parents away.
Well, this is the place to be if you're feeling bad about yourself.
It is?
Don't judge me,
I think so.
random serial killer. You don't fucking know me. You think you're bad? I wish my parents away. You actually had to make the effort of killing that poor family. I snapped them out of existence, motherfucker. You think you God, son? Don't fuck with me. Now go sit in your fucking corner. Go slaughter the family over there. Just know you fuck with the wrong person if you decide to choose me.
I'm not welcome with my son. We lost our tempers, and I said I didn't care to see him anymore. He said the same.
And then I slaughtered him right where he stood. I
Chopped him down with my shovel.
Yeah, I took my shovel and I chopped his head clean off.
I threw him in a bucket of salt.
I thought about calling him a couple times, but I realized he's
dead.
He's dead.
You should call your son.
What if he won't talk to me?
I don't care how mad I was. I talked to my dad.
Back when you were a kid, you think everything works that way?
It's fascinating how this kid is just wrecking this dude's life. It's like, I really know that you, like, love your son and everything, but you're too much of a pussy to actually talk to him.
Yeah.
It's
bitch.
sad, you know, because I would talk to my father during the holidays, but clearly you don't want to. That's fine. I get it.
Gee, fucking old
Did you know I
bitch.
snapped my parents out of existence?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I love the song, "Hark of the Bells."
I like a Christmas tree.
That's the only Christmas song that I can actually tolerate.
I like Little Drummer Boy.
What?
Little Drummer Boy.
I thought it was "Hark of the Bells."
I said no, I like Little Drummer Boy.
Oh.
That sounds bad to say.
It is. It is really bad to say.
Little Drummer Boy.
You just go up to bars. It's like, you know, I like Little Drummer Boys.
I love Little Drummer Boy.
It's like, what?
Got some nice presents for
What
you.
if it was an actual rifle?
Just blows his dick off.
This would not work out in Texas. Like, these two would be dead. Like, this guy's head would be blown off.
It would immediately leave a mark. Should have shot him in the eye.
That's a good point.
Not even gotta do with 3 eyes.
3 eyes? Oh, because,
Yeah.
got it. Sliding down your fucking stairs. That doesn't sound like fun.
Just fucking rumble down the stairs.
Hitting that barumpa bum bum, you know what I mean? Ow.
Quite a.
Did you see where he's at? Yeah.
You completely missed the. You're a terrible criminal.
I'm glad that the continuity is there, though. Like, he just looked at it and he was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. This wouldn't make you nervous at all. Like, oh, it's unlocked.
This whole I mean, being in another person's house makes me nervous in general, even if I'm invited.
Oh yeah.
It's just like, I don't.
I love this part. It's just like.
Yeah, you had the chance to move. Also, how do you not notice the big red?
It's just a light up doorknob.
I mean, if you're not looking at it, it makes sense. Oh god, that would.
Just imagine they're like, hey, did you rob the McAllister house? No. Why does your hand have an M branded on it? I don't know. Part of a gang.
Memphis.
It's
Memphis barbecue. I don't know.
It's 100% like a 3rd degree burn.
Also, if you put it in ice like that, you're just like,
You're killing the skin. I think.
you're fucking up your hand like royally. You're still burning your hand technically. Because if you put
Yeah.
it like that extreme heat and that extreme cold.
Oh, he just sets it down on it.
That one.
That would suck.
I remember that one just like not feeling okay for me. It's amazing you didn't catch the house on fire.
He definitely should have. The drapes definitely would have caught on fire.
The door as well. What if that's it? Imagine if that movie is just how it ended. Like the drapes couch on fire, and then
Everything
the
just
whole
burns.
house just burns down. Poor Marv is in the house. He's dead. Kevin's dead.
Kevin dies of smoke inhalation.
Harry gets like arrested for essentially arson.
Essentially.
Oh, shut up, will ya? Ooh, what is it?
That's a weird thing to say with
Ooh.
another dude on top of you. It's like, ooh.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
Our house is being robbed.
You had the option and the chance to call 911 this whole time.
Yeah, and like immediately.
What? Why were you just like, I know intruders are gonna come into my house, but I need to set up this fun house for them before I call 911.
And also, why did you have to fake the voice?
Yeah, the police would come even faster.
Oh, if it's like just a kid being alone.
Yeah. They're intruders in my house and I'm 8 years old. Police would be like, oh shit, we gotta go.
Marv, what are you doing?
That's why you should never wear too many layers. You never know if there's a tarantula on you.
Dude, your sternum would be broken.
His ribs would be, yeah, his ribs and sternum would be broken for sure.
Down here, you big horse's ass.
Let's get him. Wait. Just what he wants us to do. To go back downstairs through his funhouse so we get all tore up.
This whole situation bothers me. It's like, why not just go back down the house? I know you just said it, but that doesn't make any sense.
He's not like in the house anymore. It's not.
Yeah.
You've already been through all the booby traps.
And two, like, how did they not assume that this kid called the police before?
Really?
Like,
it's-
as soon as they entered,
yeah,
that the
it's
police
like,
weren't on their way.
it's like, yeah, we don't call the police around here. We don't dial 911.
These are like the dumbest fucking intruders in the world.
And I'll burn his head with a blowtorch.
You can smash his face with an iron.
Like I'll slap him right in the face with a paint can, maybe.
So it's funny how all this situation happened to him, but whenever they're explaining what they're gonna do to this kid, it just sounds sadistic.
Oh yeah.
I love how that's the straw that broke the camel's back. That's the one thing that
They just
knocked him
couldn't
out.
take a shovel to the face.
Come on. Let's get you home.
Nobody doesn't bother turning the water off or anything. Just like, fuck 'em.
What?
Doesn't bother turning the water off or anything.
I mean, I don't think that's what matters in the moment. You're not rescuing this kid from like people who said they're gonna burn you with a blowtorch and
But
then
still, like
do all
you
this
go in someone's
sadistic shit for
you go
you.
in someone's house and it's flooding. Like I should probably turn the water off in the sink.
Also, the question is, what was this dude doing in this person's house?
I don't know. Maybe you saw Kevin go in there.
What if he didn't? What if he was just like,
He was gonna rob him.
yeah. Oh my God, it's snowing in Chicago.
I mean, why
What?
wouldn't it though? Everything else worked out exactly perfect for.
Yeah, during Christmas it's snowing.
I love how he just assumed his family would be back. I guess he did ask Santa Claus for him.
They're just gonna be smuggled down the chimney. What if they're dead in the chimney? And they're just like just stuck in their mango.
Halfway down.
The soot and just smoke just like engulf their
Got no
bodies.
lungs. Now they have mesothelioma.
That's the problem. It's like I have mesothelioma, Kevin. I don't have long. Did she enter the door that was on fire with the handle? Did he?
It's still hot.
Yeah. Maybe what if you forgot? She just burns her foot. She sears her hand.
I like how he was nice enough to clean all that shit up though. Especially like the tar off the steps.
Yeah, and the rusty nail sticking out of
Yeah.
it.
He just leaves it for the entire family to fuck themselves up on the way in.
What if it's like a forgotten trap? He's just like, oh yeah, I forgot to unhook that.
Baby, they couldn't come. They wanted to so much.
I didn't fall asleep in the back.
It is hilarious how they get back at the exact same time as her, and they just took whatever was available.
I'd be furious. I'd be so pissed.
I had to get rid of my ring and my Rolex and all this just to get this flight.
I had to travel with a polka band that hates their kids.
Some polka pedos.
It's been rough for me, man.
Kevin! What did you do to my room?
Also, yeah, he cleaned the rest of the house so
But
well,
he
but you
didn't
don't think he bothered cleaning Buzz's room at all?
He didn't bother. He was just like, I'll deal with it.
Kevin, what'd you do to this picture of my beautiful girlfriend?
Maybe he just assumed, like, if he wished his whole family back, that Buzz would be left out. It's like,
He didn't wish for Buzz at all?
Yeah.
Yo, fuck Buzz.
If I saw my parents just kind of walking about the house, I'd be like, oh shit, did I forget anything? Like, at all?
He did, though. Because his dad finds the gold tooth laying there, remember?
Yeah, but that's not that big of a deal.
That's true.
What I mean is just like an unbroken trap. I was just like, shit.
So falls through the floor into punji stakes, gets impaled, dies.
Yeah. This movie for 1990, how did we see this as kids and it was just like, this is a phenomenal movie?
Yeah.
How our parents were just like, yeah, it's fine.
Like,
I'll let my
this
kids
wasn't
watch
gonna
this.
teach us to, like, destroy the house.
I also love the idea of like a parent. This doesn't teach kids to be like, hey, if there's an intruder in the house, you call 911 immediately.
No.
It's just like, no, you set up some traps for them, and then I guarantee you, then you call 911.
They would 100% would have to come with a warning nowadays if they remade it. Like, hey, don't do this.
Yeah, you just call 911. Like the Home Alone, I guess 7 or 8, since there's like dozens of them now.
6.
Home Alone 6 should be, like, realistically should be a kid, people are trying to break in, and then he calls the cops, and then the movie's over. So it's like a 5-minute movie. So that was our reaction to fucking Home Alone, the first one. We might as well just go ahead and watch all of them.
Dude, let's do it.
We're gonna watch the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th.
I'm really surprised they haven't made one with a girl being home alone.
That's a good point, actually.
Maybe that's coming down the line, though.
Maybe it'll be like 2023. It's like
Probably.
Home Alone 7. This time it's a girl. She's alone, by herself, no step parents, but there's a step brother. All right.
Oh my god, I'm stuck in the washer.
Oh no. And he sets up. She sets up traps before the insertion.